Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to my channel, where I share with you the best tips and tricks on how to achieve financial freedom and live your dream life. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to retire in 7 years, starting with $0. Yes, you heard me right, $0. Sounds impossible, right? Well, it's not. It's actually very doable if you follow the plan that I'm about to share with you. But before we get into that, I want to make a quick disclaimer. This is not financial advice, and results may vary depending on individual circumstances. This is just a general guideline that worked for me and many others who have successfully retired early. So, please do your own research and consult a professional before making any financial decisions. Alright, with that out of the way, let's get started. The plan that I'm going to share with you consists of 4 main steps: saving, investing, reducing expenses, and generating passive income. These are the 4 pillars of financial independence that will help you achieve your retirement goal in 7 years or less. Let me explain each step in detail and give you some examples of how much you can save, earn, and spend each year to reach your target. Step 1. Saving. The first step is saving as much as possible and creating an emergency fund. Saving is the foundation of financial independence because it allows you to accumulate capital that you can use to invest and generate passive income. Without saving, you will never be able to retire early because you will always be living paycheck to paycheck and spending more than you earn. So, how much should you save? Well, the answer depends on your income level and your desired retirement lifestyle. But as a general rule of thumb, you should aim to save at least 50% of your income every month. Yes, 50%. That may sound crazy, but trust me, it's possible if you are willing to make some sacrifices and live below your means. The more you save, the faster you can retire. To help you save more money, here are some tips that you can apply. Create a budget and track your income and expenses. This will help you identify where your money is going and where you can cut costs. Cut unnecessary expenses such as eating out, cable TV, subscriptions, memberships, etc. These are things that you don't really need and can easily live without. Increase your income by asking for a raise, getting a side hustle, selling stuff online, etc. There are many ways to make extra money if you are willing to work hard and be creative. Automate your savings by setting up a direct deposit or a transfer from your checking account to your savings account every month. This will help you save money without even thinking about it. To give you an idea of how much you can save in a year based on different income levels and saving rates, here are some examples. If you earn $30,000 per year and save 50% of your income, you can save $15,000 per year. If you earn $50,000 per year and save 50% of your income, you can save $25,000 per year. If you earn $100,000 per year and save 50% of your income, you can save $50,000 per year. As you can see, the more you earn and the more you save, the more money you will have at the end of the year. But don't worry if your income is low or your saving rate is not high enough. You can always increase them over time by following the tips that I mentioned earlier. Now, before you start investing your savings, you need to create an emergency fund first. An emergency fund is a stash of cash that you can use in case of unexpected events such as losing your job, getting sick, or having a car breakdown. Having an emergency fund will prevent you from dipping into your savings or going into debt when something bad happens. The size of your emergency fund depends on your personal situation and risk tolerance. But as a general rule of thumb, you should have at least 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses in your emergency fund. For example, if your monthly expenses are $2,000, then your emergency fund should be between $6,000 and $12,000. You can keep your emergency fund in a high-yield savings account or a money market account that offers easy access and low fees. You should not invest your emergency fund in the stock market or any other risky assets because you don't want to lose money when you need it the most. Once you have built up your emergency fund, then you can start investing the rest of your savings in the stock market. Step 2. Investing. The second step is investing in the stock market, especially in index funds and ETFs that track the performance of the overall market. Investing is the key to growing your wealth and achieving financial independence because it allows you to earn passive income from your money. Without investing, you will never be able to retire early because you will always be dependent on your active income and your savings will lose value over time due to inflation. So, why should you invest in index funds and ETFs? Well, there are many reasons, but here are some of the main ones. Index funds and ETFs are diversified. meaning that they hold hundreds or thousands of stocks from different sectors and industries. This reduces your risk and exposure to any single company or market. Index funds and ETFs are low cost, meaning that they charge very low fees and expenses compared to actively managed funds or individual stocks. This increases your returns and saves you money in the long run. Index funds and ETFs are easy to buy and sell, meaning that you can access them through any brokerage account or online platform. You don't need to do any research or analysis on individual stocks or companies. You just need to buy and hold the index fund or ETF that matches your risk profile and investment goal. To help you invest in index funds and ETFs, here are some tips that you can apply. Choose a reputable and low-cost brokerage account or online platform that offers a wide range of index funds and ETFs. Some of the popular ones are Vanguard, Fidelity, Schwab, Robinhood, etc. Choose an index fund or ETF that tracks the performance of the overall market, such as the S&P 500, the Nasdaq 100, or the total stock market. These are broad-based and well-diversified funds that represent the entire U.S. economy or a large portion of it. Choose an index fund or ETF that matches your risk tolerance and time horizon. For example, if you are young and have a long time until retirement, you can choose a more aggressive fund that has a higher exposure to growth stocks or technology stocks. If you are older and have a shorter time until retirement, you can choose a more conservative fund that has a higher exposure to value stocks or dividend stocks. Invest consistently and regularly by setting up an automatic investment plan or a dollar-cost averaging strategy. This will help you take advantage of market fluctuations and buy more shares when prices are low and less shares when prices are high. Reinvest your dividends by choosing a dividend reinvestment plan (DRIP) or a dividend growth strategy. This will help you compound your returns and increase your passive income over time. To give you an idea of how much you can earn in a year based on different investment amounts and returns, here are some examples. If you invest $10,000 in an index fund or ETF that tracks the S&P 500 and earns 10% per year on average, you can earn $1,000 per year in passive income. If you invest $50,000 in an index fund or ETF that tracks the S&P 500 and earns 10% per year on average, you can earn $5,000 per year in passive income. If you invest $100,000 in an index fund or ETF that tracks the S&P 500 and earns 10% per year on average, you can earn $10,000 per year in passive income. As you can see, the more you invest and the higher your returns, the more money you will make from your investments. But don't worry if your investment amount is low or your returns are not high enough. You can always increase them over time by following the tips that I mentioned earlier. Now, before you start spending your passive income, you need to reduce your expenses first. Step 3. Reducing expenses. The third step is reducing your expenses as much as possible and living a frugal and minimalist lifestyle. Reducing expenses is crucial for achieving financial independence because it allows you to save more money and invest more money. Without reducing expenses, you will never be able to retire early because you will always be spending more than you earn and more than you need. So, how much should you spend? Well, the answer depends on your income level and your desired retirement lifestyle. But as a general rule of thumb, you should aim to spend less than 50% of your income every month. Yes, less than 50%. That may sound crazy, but trust me, it's possible if you are willing to make some changes and live below your means. The less you spend, the faster you can retire. To help you reduce your expenses, here are some tips that you can apply. Adopt a frugal mindset and focus on what matters most to you. Frugality is not about being cheap or miserable. It's about being smart and intentional with your money. It's about spending less on things that don't add value to your life and spending more on things that do. Some of the ways to adopt a frugal mindset and focus on what matters most to you are: define your values and goals and align your spending with them. For example, if you value travel and adventure, you can spend less on clothes and gadgets and save more for trips and experiences. Track your spending and identify your needs and wants. For example, you can use an app or a spreadsheet to record your income and expenses and see where your money is going. You can then eliminate or reduce your wants and focus on your needs. Challenge yourself to save more and spend less. For example, you can set a monthly or yearly savings goal and reward yourself for achieving it. You can also try a no-spend challenge or a spending ban for a certain period of time and see how much you can save. Some of the ways to cut unnecessary expenses such as eating out, cable TV, subscriptions, memberships, etc. are: cook at home and meal prep instead of eating out. Cooking at home is not only cheaper but also healthier and more satisfying. You can also save time and money by preparing your meals in advance and storing them in the freezer or fridge. Cut the cord and stream online instead of paying for cable TV. Cable TV is expensive and often offers channels that you don't watch or need. You can stream online for free or for a fraction of the cost using services such as Netflix, Hulu, YouTube, etc. Cancel or downgrade your subscriptions and memberships that you don't use or need. Subscriptions and memberships are recurring expenses that can add up quickly and drain your budget. You can cancel or downgrade them if you don't use them regularly, or if you can find cheaper or free alternatives. To give you an idea of how much you can save in a year based on different expense levels and reduction rates, here are some examples. If your monthly expenses are $3,000 and you reduce them by 10%, you can save $3,600 per year. If your monthly expenses are $5,000 and you reduce them by 10%, you can save $6,000 per year. If your monthly expenses are $10,000 and you reduce them by 10%, you can save $12,000 per year. As you can see, the less you spend and the more you reduce, the more money you will have at the end of the year. But don't worry if your expenses are high or your reduction rate is not high enough. You can always decrease them over time by following the tips that I mentioned earlier. Now, before you start enjoying your savings and investments, you need to generate some passive income first. Step 4. Generating passive income. Fourth step is generating passive income from various sources that can supplement your savings and investments. Passive income is income that you earn without active involvement or work. It's income that works for you instead of you working for it. Without passive income, you will never be able to retire early because you will always be reliant on your active income and your savings will run out eventually. So, how much passive income do you need? Well, the answer depends on your income level and your desired retirement lifestyle. But as a general rule of thumb, you should aim to generate enough passive income to cover at least 50% of your expenses every month. Yes, at least 50%. That may sound crazy, but trust me, it's possible if you are willing to create multiple streams of passive income that can grow over time. The more passive income you generate, the faster you can retire. To help you generate passive income, here are some examples of passive income sources that you can create. Rental properties. Rental properties are properties that you own and rent out to tenants who pay you monthly rent. Rental properties are one of the most popular and lucrative sources of passive income because they provide steady cash flow and appreciation over time. However, they also require a lot of upfront capital, maintenance, management, and risk. Dividend stocks. Dividend stocks are stocks that pay regular dividends to shareholders who own them. Dividends are portions of the company's profits that are distributed to investors as a reward for their investment. Dividend stocks are another popular and lucrative source of passive income because they provide consistent income and growth over time. However, they also require a lot of research, analysis, diversification, and risk tolerance. Online businesses. Online businesses are businesses that operate online and generate revenue from various sources such as advertising, affiliate marketing, e-commerce, digital products, etc. Online businesses are one of the most flexible and scalable sources of passive income because they have low overhead costs, high profit margins, and unlimited potential. However, they also require a lot of time, effort, creativity, skills, and competition. To give you an idea of how much you can earn in a year based on different passive income streams and growth rates, here are some examples. If you have a rental property that generates $1,000 per month in net income and grows by 5% per year, you can earn $12,600 per year in passive income. If you have a dividend stock portfolio that generates $1,000 per month in dividends and grows by 10% per year, you can earn $13,310 per year in passive income. If you have an online business that generates $1,000 per month in revenue and grows by 20% per year, you can earn $14,928 per year in passive income. As you can see, the more passive income streams you create and the higher your growth rates, the more money you will make from your passive income. But don't worry if your passive income is low or your growth rates are not high enough. You can always increase them over time by following the tips that I mentioned earlier. Now you are ready to retire in 7 years starting with $0. In this video, I showed you how to retire in 7 years starting with $0 by following 4 simple steps: saving, investing, reducing expenses, and generating passive income. These are the 4 pillars of financial independence that will help you achieve your retirement goal in 7 years or less. To summarize, here are the main points of the video. Save at least 50% of your income every month and create an emergency fund of 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses. Invest the rest of your savings in index funds and ETFs that track the performance of the overall market and earn 10% per year on average. Reduce your expenses by 10% every month and live a frugal and minimalist lifestyle. Generate enough passive income to cover at least 50% of your expenses every month from sources such as rental properties, dividend stocks, online businesses, etc. To give you some scenarios of how much you would need to save, invest, reduce expenses, and generate passive income each year to reach your retirement goal in 7 years starting with $0, here are some examples. Scenario 1. If your annual income is $30,000 and your annual expenses are $15,000, then you would need to save $15,000 per year, invest $14,500 per year after creating an emergency fund of $9,000, reduce your expenses by $1,500 per year, and generate $7,500 per year in passive income. Scenario 2. If your annual income is $50,000 and your annual expenses are $25,000, then you would need to save $25,000 per year, invest $22,500 per year after creating an emergency fund of $15,000, reduce your expenses by $2,500 per year, and generate $12,500 per year in passive income. Scenario 3. If your annual income is $100,000 and your annual expenses are $50,000, then you would need to save $50,000 per year, invest $45,000 per year after creating an emergency fund of $30,000, reduce your expenses by $5,000 per year, and generate $25,000 per year in passive income. As you can see, the more you save and invest, and the less you spend and earn from passive income sources, the faster you can retire. But don't worry if your numbers are not as high or as low as these examples. You can always adjust them according to your personal situation and preferences. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. Also, leave a comment below and let me know what you think about this plan and how it works for you. I would love to hear from you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, stay smart, stay frugal, stay free.